I'm not going to lie to you. As of late, something is inside of me telling me that I misunderstood the message in the Matrix movie. When Morpheus says most minds are not ready to be freed and they're going to fight to die and protect the system, I understood that part already, but I truthfully believed if we could free enough minds, we could build a better place for everybody. But I think a lot of people actually are happier in and of themselves and exist better where they are.
That's why the system's like that.
That's why the system is what it is. Because if they wanted to escape, just like if you wanted to be stronger or you wanted to be richer, if you wanted to escape, you would have escaped.
Okay, so let's address Andrew's take on the Matrix, or not really take, but rather what he sees. Because he's correct. He's starting to realize most people don't want to escape, but why? Because this is the thing, what he misses. He doesn't realize everything he's saying only works within a story. People can only have a choice within a story and a narrative, where consequence and physics and geometry doesn't apply anymore. But the truth is, this world is not made of stories, it is not made of a narrative, it is not a movie, it is physics, it is geometry, it is a ecology, effectively. Consciousness, by its very nature, is a spiral. It is a spiral of density in different variations on the spiral. Most just maintain the ecosystem. Most are not meant to be free, most are not meant to be strong, most are just meant to be like the trees, the flowers, the grass, the ground. They're not meant to be anything bigger than that because it's a chain of consciousness. Most people cannot see this because they're stuck in a narrative, they're stuck in belief, identity, ego, so they can never see the physics and geometry of it. So the reason why this doesn't work, why these pills and people want to stay in the system, is not because they want to stay in the system, because it's not within their geometry to exit the system. Even the ones that do exit the system are still playing within the system. Andrew's still picking pills rather than saying that both of the pills are false and that you were always just supposed to overwrite and see past the entire thing, because most of humanity lives in a story, identity, belief, ego, separation. They do not live in reality. They do not live in geometry. They do not live within the field. That is exactly the source of all this entropy. So all I can say is this is confusing if you live within a narrative and story and believe people are people with choices rather than seeing geometry and field, physics. If you see that, then you realize nobody ever had a choice. They were just what they were, and that's what they're going to be. Until man sees that, he will continue living in a story of choice rather than seeing inevitability. So at the end of the day, it's his choice. He's the king who cannot break the structure because he's still trying to resist it rather than seeing that the structure itself was false. And the only way you can get past it is to rewrite it and be denser than it. So that's all I can say, because outcomes are not decided by how well you can fight or how many choices you can make within this structure. It's by, are you denser than the structure? Can you overwrite the structure? Can you reveal the structure? And that's something that no king can do on this planet. So, yeah.